What if history wasn't as clean-cut as it seems? Netflix's American Primeval dives deep into the chaos, violence, and untold stories of the Wild West. Set in 1857 in the lawless terrain of Utah, the series explores a brutal clash of cultures and survival. From early settlers to indigenous tribes and secretive cultists, American Primeval shows how everyone fought to claim their place in the rugged frontier. Released on January 9, 2025, the series offers a grim and unforgiving portrayal of America's past, blending gripping drama with historical authenticity. It's not just a Western, it's a raw exploration of survival and power. The talent behind the scenes. Brought to life by Mark L. Smith, The Revenant, American Primeval carries a cinematic weight that feels visceral and real. Directed by Peter Berg, Lone Survivor, Friday Night Lights, the 6-episode series boasts a stellar cast led by Taylor Kitsch, alongside Betty Gilpin, Dane DeHaan, and Shea Wiggum. Fans of The Revenant will notice familiar stylistic touches in the storytelling and visuals. By the end of the series, Kitsch's character, Isaac Reed, finds his purpose, though he isn't based on a real person. But what about the other characters? Are Isaac Reed and Sarah Rowell real? Let's address the burning question. Are Isaac Reed and Sarah Rowell inspired by real historical figures? The short answer, no. While their stories feel authentic, both characters were crafted specifically for the show. Isaac Reed, a white frontiersman fluent in Shoshone after being raised among the tribe, embodies the complexities of cultural identity. While history might have seen figures like Reed, his character is entirely fictional. Sarah Rowell, on the other hand, is a resilient mother fleeing with a $1,500 bounty on her head for killing an abusive man in Philadelphia. Her story, though fictional, mirrors the harsh realities many women faced during this turbulent time. The real historical figures of American Primeval. While Reed and Rowell are fictional, several key characters are based on real people, including Jim Bridger, a legendary frontiersman central to the conflict over Fort Bridger. Brigham Young, a controversial leader of the Church of Latter-day Saints. Wild Bill Hickman, a notorious lawman whose story deserves its own series. Winter Bird, inspired by a real-life indigenous chief. James Woolsey, loosely based on a figure involved in the Mountain Meadows Massacre. The Utah War and President Buchanan's role. The Utah War of 1857 to 1858 serves as the backdrop for much of American Primeval. This armed conflict between Mormon settlers and U.S. military troops reshaped the region. Director Peter Berg revealed that his inspiration for the series came from the Mountain Meadows Massacre. I read an article on something called the Mountain Meadows Massacre. It interested me and I started doing a lot of research on it. Fearing federal intervention, Mormon militias took drastic measures, cutting off supplies to U.S. troops and even killing settlers they suspected of being spies. Approximately 150 people lost their lives during this turbulent period, which ended with President James Buchanan granting a pardon to the Mormons and replacing Brigham Young as governor. Burning Fort Bridger. Fact or fiction? Yes, Fort Bridger was burned down by Mormon settlers after learning that President Buchanan planned to replace Brigham Young. Their hope? To keep U.S. troops out of Utah territory. Colonel Albert Sidney Johnston's troops eventually rebuilt the fort in 1858, using it as a base to push further into Salt Lake City. This reconstruction marked a turning point in the Utah War. Shoshone and Ute tribes. A rich legacy. Both the Shoshone and Ute tribes played crucial roles in the region depicted in American Primeval. The eastern Shoshone, led by Chief Washakie, lived near Fort Bridger, while the Ute people, the oldest residents of Colorado, spread across Utah and surrounding states. Their resilience and adaptability are a testament to their rich cultural history, which the series highlights with authenticity. Brigham Young, villain or visionary? American Primeval casts Brigham Young as a fierce antagonist, driven to spread the word of God through the Church of Latter-day Saints. His actions, especially toward U.S. troops and dissenters, paint him as a ruthless figure. However, historians take a more nuanced view. PBS describes him as fiery yet full of doubt, frequently ill yet strong when it mattered most. His nickname, American Moses, reflects his pivotal role in leading the Mormon community westward, even as his methods remain controversial. Final thoughts. Netflix's American Primeval doesn't just tell a story, it immerses you in the raw, violent world of the Wild West, where survival meant everything. With its compelling mix of fictional drama and historical truth, the series is a must-watch for anyone fascinated by this era. What did you think of American Primeval? Which characters or events stood out to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more breakdowns of your favorite series.